Hi guys, I'm Christopher and this is Basically Everything. Today I'd like to show you a real basic bread dough recipe. The sort of recipe that you're going to be able to use to make all kinds of different bread. And it's really easy to follow. I mean, so simple, even a monkey could do it.
Really? A monkey? Okay, not that monkey. Definitely not that monkey. Maybe this monkey.
Alright, enough monkeying around. Seriously though, it is really easy and you're going to be able to make things like ciabatta, focaccia, sandwich bread, dinner rolls, French-style baguettes, and even pizza dough, of course.
Whoa!
Seriously, enough with the monkeys already. If we're done messing around, let's talk about the stuff that we need, tools and ingredients.
You'll need a large mixing bowl, a small mixing bowl, spatula, or wooden spoon, either will do, some measuring spoons, a wet measure, and a dry measure. Is there even a difference? No, not really. The only real difference is that it's going to be much easier to get an accurate measure for dry ingredients using a dry measure and wet ingredients with a wet measure. You'll need 5 cups of flour, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of salt, a tablespoon of oil, I prefer extra virgin, and a tablespoon of yeast, and 2 cups of warm water. Where do we go? What do we do if we don't have these?
That is an excellent question and I'm glad you asked. Now pay attention. The information I'm about to give you is very important. The first thing you need is a companion, somebody that you can trust, somebody who understands that you are about to embark on a great and harrowing journey.
Of course you are, and I'm coming with you!
Not this time, Sam. Sorry.
You will be my companion, William. Pack your things. Perfect. Now we can... Hey, wait, where are you going? I am not... Okay, you go ahead. Now we embark on our long and harrowing... I'm just messing with you. We're going to the dollar store. Basically everything you're going to need for this project can be found here. From your mixing bowls, measuring spoons, measuring cups, all that stuff. And for roughly around $10. Okay, let's head on over to the grocery store. Any oil you have on hand will do the trick, but extra virgin olive oil will give you the best results. If all-purpose flour is what you have on hand, it'll work, and it's what I'm using for this project. But bread flour has stronger gluten and is the best. Now we're looking at the active dry yeast. These 3 packs are great. Each pack is roughly a tablespoon and will work perfectly for this project.
Okay, now you should have all the things that you need. So let's get started. But first and most important, let's make sure your station is set up. Make sure it's clean. A messy workstation is a messy mind. That's gospel. Write that down.
Okay, step 1, activating the yeast. You're going to need about a teaspoon of your sugar. The yeast likes to eat that when it wakes up. A cup of warm water, not hot. You don't want to kill it, but that's why we're doing this. We want to make sure your yeast is good, plus it speeds up the process. Thoroughly dissolve the sugar with a spoon. I said thoroughly. Okay, after you've got that all nice and thoroughly dissolved, add your yeast. Sprinkle it over the top. The yeast is alive, you know. It's actually a bacteria. It's just sleeping. And when we add it to the water, it's going to wake up and start eating all that sugar. And after it's had its snack, it's going to start letting off gas, CO2. Essentially, it's farting. But that's what yeast does, and that's what we need it to do in order to make our bread proof. This is what it's going to look like, and it should take about 5 minutes. If it doesn't, it's probably dead and you need to get new stuff. Okay, step 2, mixing the ingredients. Add about 4.5 cups of your flour here. If you want to make this a wheat or a whole grain bread, just add half the amount of flour and the other half of whatever you want to use. Set the other half a cup of flour off to the side. We'll use that later. Go ahead and add your sugar and salt now. The sugar is optional, you don't have to use it, but it is good obviously for flavor and for a bit of texture. Mix everything around now, give it a good zhuzh, and try to make a little well in the center of the bowl. This is where you're going to add your yeast mixture. Go ahead and dump all of that in there now. Now we're going to add the oil. I do prefer extra virgin, but that's really just for the flavor. The oil's purpose is to coat the gluten strands, which is going to keep them from sticking together and which helps the texture. Now give everything a mix together. Make sure everything is thoroughly incorporated. And if you were a good little dough maker and measured everything properly, just go ahead and drop the rest of your water in now. If you didn't or you couldn't, don't worry about it. Just add in the water slowly and continue to mix it until the ball starts to mass up in a big sticky gooey ball of gooiness. Anyways, just make sure all the flour is incorporated and that there's no dry flour pockets. Okay, at this point, just lightly dust your workstation with some flour. Then grab your bowl and, not with your hands, pull that out of there and get that into the flour. Then take a little bit more flour and dust the top of it. This is going to be a pretty sticky mass to work with, so the flour is going to help. Now get your hands in there, have some fun. The dough is going to be a bit soft and kind of sticky still, so you're going to move it around in the flour a bit. We need to work up those glutens, so start folding it onto itself. The more you work it, the stronger it's going to get and the better results you're going to have. To properly knead the dough, fold it up onto itself, up and down, then left and right. Get into a good rhythm. You need to do this for a little while. You got to strengthen the glutens. This might be an excellent time to work out some aggression. Stupid dough. About 5-10 minutes of this and you'll start getting a nice smooth, malleable dough. Once you have it, just throw that in the bowl. Cover it up and put it in a warm spot for a little while and let it go. You're going to need about 30-45 minutes until it doubles in size. This process is called proofing, and if your glutens are strong enough and your yeast is, well, gassy enough, then your bread will rise. And now, the reveal. If everything has gone according to plan, then your dough should look like this. If it does, then you've done a good job, and you have made bread dough. And with this exact same dough, you're going to be able to make all of these amazing different breads. And I'm going to show you how in separate videos that I'll post at later times.
Okay, well, that's basically everything. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. I sure had a lot of fun making the video. I'm looking forward to seeing all the success stories. If for some reason it didn't quite work out, feel free to drop me a comment or visit me at basicallyeverything.ca and shoot me a message. I'll do my best to get back to everybody and help you guys figure out what went wrong. I will also be attaching in the link down below the PDF so that you can follow along that way. Also, while you're at the website, check out all the other cool projects we're working on. Okay, well, thank you for joining me. This has been Basically Everything. Look forward to seeing you the next time. And don't be afraid to try new things. You only regret the things in life you don't do. Thanks, guys. Ciao.
Ba-da-da,